Okay, well, the time has come, and apologies for how long it's taken to get this one out, but I just haven't really had the time or the need to ride the Boss Nut recently. So yeah, this has taken a lot longer to get out than I planned, and sincere apologies for that. But today, that tyre is coming off the rim. So there's going to be a couple of things I'm going to try. One, just because I've got to satisfy my own curiosity, I'm just wondering whether I'll get a bit better purchase on it with my riding gloves on. Probably won't. But two, overwhelmingly, consensus of opinion seems to be, if you want to get that tyre off, you're going to have to stand on it. So we'll give it a go first with the gloves. I might even just leave it in the frame just for a bit of increased stability. See where we go with that. But I do have a funny feeling I'm going to end up standing on this thing. So let's get stuck in. Give it a push. You know what? That's working. I reckon I can get a lever in there with that. Let's get you in there a bit closer. Okay, so just by having a little bit extra purchase from having these gloves on, I haven't had to stand on that. Let's see if we can get the other side off as easily. Hopefully we can. No. Put some slack into the tyre. Right. And now we've got some slack in it. Let's see if we can pull it off. That first side came off really easily. Now this side is going to blow my theory out of the water, isn't it? You bastard. You bastard. Let's get a lever in there. Okay. Let's find if she's got a weak spot. Definitely having the gloves on is helping, because I'm getting a lot more purchase and I'm not ripping the skin off my thumbs. It's amazing. I am astounded by how tight this is to that bead. Okay, keep working it. You know what? I think this side's going to beat me. I think this is where you get to see me stand on the wheel. And I'm gutted because that, like I say, that first side came off just so easy. Just almost fell off. Let's just get one more time. Right. Nope, wheel's coming out. So stand on the tyre and pull up on the rim, not on the spokes. Stand on the tyre in a couple of places and pull up. God, that's tight. She is not having it. Dear Lord. How do they put these on? Okay, time for a rethink. Okay, desperate times. This is gonna this is gonna look really fucking stupid, but WD-40 penetrating oil. It's never penetrated rust for me, but who knows? Let's give it a little toot of this and see if it makes any difference. And yes, I know I'm going to have to clean this crap off before I do any tubeless, but I figure WD-40 is the sort of thing that might end up on your rim anyway if you're doing maintenance. So, and I'm not going to do too much of it. I just want to try and get it into that bead. So let's give it a little squirt along there. See if we can get that penetrating. And this is their Turbo Nutter formula. So if this don't do it, I don't know what will. If this don't do it, I think I'm going to buy a new wheel. Yes! WD-40 is the answer. Look at that. You beauty. Right, like I say, I know I'm going to have to clean that crap off before I do my tubeless conversion. I don't care. I'm so happy. Look at that. WD-40 actually penetrated something. Oh dear Lord. I can't tell you how that makes me feel. Of course, getting a tyre off the other side's a fight. Yes. Yes. Oh, it's a good feeling when you triumph, isn't it? So that was stuck. God only knows what they do to them to make them fit that tightly. But there was no way in God's earth that second side was coming off. So just to recap there, put my riding gloves on, and that gave me enough purchase to get the first side off. But the second side was well and truly, it's like it was glued in there. So tried everything. As you saw, I tried standing on it. That didn't work. I tried repeatedly working it off. That didn't work. The only thing that worked for me was that little squirt of WD-40 just between the edge of the tyre and the rim. And like I say, I've never had any success with WD-40 penetrating rust, but it definitely got into there for me. So I would say if you get stuck with one of these and all else fails, do give it a quick squirt of WD-40 and see if that works for you. If you are riding a tubed setup on the trails, there's probably not a lot of harm in just sticking a small can of WD in your backpack as well. So yeah, well, okay. Next stage is adding the tubeless tape, the rim tape, and the valve, and making it fully tubeless, which I will do tomorrow. Okay, so having said that I wasn't going to do any more video on fitting the rim tape, because you've seen that before, consider this to be bonus footage, because I did just want to share a couple of thoughts I had on making your life easier when you fit rim tape. So the first one is I'm going to leave the wheel in the frame, because when you see any of these professional videos they do online, yeah, some do it on the floor, but I've seen a couple of them do it in a wheel stand and it looks a lot easier. Well, I don't have a wheel stand, but the bike is a wheel stand in its own right. Also, with this Tessa tape, it's let's see if we can just focus, there you go. It's really, if you just run your finger on the outside, it binds and it feels like it's pulling the skin off your fingers. So what I'm going to try is, I've got my running gloves here and I'm going to try fitting it with my running gloves on. So we are going to go a spoke hole past. Whoops. Whoa, don't unwind on me. And again, you're just looking to get a good seal on it. Do you know what? With the with these quite smooth running gloves on, it's definitely making it easier to push the tape down. Whether I'll get a better seal, I don't. Yeah, definitely. That looks like a better seal than I was getting last time as well. So a little air bubble there. Let's work him up to a spookle, and out he'll go. Ah, this is so much easier. He says as the tape unwinds. Keep it central, boy. There you go. Right. Keep it taut. Keep it central. Keep it taut, keep it central, keep it taut, keep it central, which I believe it is. It might not look it, but trust me, this is going on a lot quicker with these gloves on and the wheel in the frame than it did last time. Right, so there you go. Okay, it might not look it, but that looks a lot better than the last lot of, or the first lot of tape that I fitted. So just get that wrinkle out. Those wrinkles, they're what you want to avoid. And like I say, if you've got any of these air bubbles, you can sort of work them down to a spoke hole and get them through, but the wrinkles are the bad ones. Right, Mr. Petey's, let's go and get one of your finest valves and stick you in. Right, where was I? Now, which one was the there? Just going to use this sharp little pick to punch a hole in it. Then use the old valve just to start. There you go. Okay. Right, now one of these lovely, I don't know if the camera's going to focus on that. Yeah, it looks like it is. One of these lovely Petey's valves. These are the ones to use, in my opinion, because not only do they have a really nice pliable rubber base on them, but they've got that O-ring on the top, which has got to be a good thing. So that comes off, take the O-ring off, steps out of shot, just to put these down safe so I don't lose them. Right, through she goes, O-ring goes on. And you've got to be careful with the little nut, because they've got a recess for the O-ring, so just get that the right way around. Yeah, that feels sealed to me. Right, so the valve's in. Let's go and get that tyre. Actually, it does occur to me that I did seal one of my rims with WD-40. I don't know if you've seen that video. I'll link it in the end screen for this one. I don't recall these being particularly hard to fit. Definitely got to be easier than the old one was to get off, that's for sure.